Yesterday I did a pre-show, diatribe on the Sabbath. And I promoted this on Advent Defense League, this second video down there, where they did a response to Mari there on the Sabbath. And I just wanted to, if you watch that, go back to my video Saturday versus Sunday, and then the link to that video is also in the chat, in the comments of the live comments. Or go to Advent Defense League. It's the second one down in their live section from yesterday. I just want to point something out that's really funny. In that presentation of Mari, this is very telling if you think carefully. He both said Jesus is the Sabbath, is his Sabbath, that Sunday is the new Sabbath, that every day is Sabbath, and the Sabbath is done away with. If I recall, he argued all of those points. Now, can those all be true? Sunday's the new Sabbath. There is no Sabbath. Every day is the Sabbath, and Jesus is my Sabbath. Okay. What is that? Like, think psychologically here. Think like an investigative detective here. Is this man guilty of something? I call it throwing poop at the wall and hoping something sticks. Okay? You know what people do? They're convicted because what the Bible and what the Bible's showing historically in the narrative, they know Jesus didn't actually do away with it. They know they were keeping it in the text. No, there's no declaration of changing anything. Right? And everybody, even those who aren't sola scriptura, if they're faithful, they care about what the text says. They care about what actually happened historically. They actually not want, but know Jesus is the authority and that men make errors. Okay? So they don't know what to do. So what do? They go online, even pastors, I know you pastors do this a little bit. Some are more, well-read, you could say, or have sources, I'm sure. Obviously, all pastors have sources, and I'm not looking down on pastors, so don't misunderstand me. I'm just saying, like, when you need a quick answer, like you're trying to fix the kitchen sink, you go to YouTube, see what people are saying, see what people say, look for some good advice. And they gather every dumb excuse possible. And then when they're up talking about it, they throw everything that they found at the wall. And guess what? None of it sticks. Sabbath is still holy. And here I'll say another thing while I'm diatribing here. Stop using Romans 14 to do away with the Sabbath. Paul's not doing away with the Sabbath. They were just keeping it, okay? The book of Romans does not mention the Sabbath one time, okay? The thing he's talking about in Romans 14, he says, regarding things that are doubtful disputations. Now, in your mind, the Sabbath might be a doubtful disputation, but in Paul's mind, it certainly was not a doubtful disputation. We know when the Sabbath is. We didn't lose the day. We still can figure out when your birthday is. We can still figure out what day Sunday is. That means we can figure out what day the Sabbath is. So we didn't lose it in history. The calendar changes didn't do anything. Nobody in the text did away with it. Romans 14 isn't talking about the Sabbath. It's absurd. Oh yeah, we don't know what. Paul was like, we don't know for sure what day the Sabbath is. Maybe it's Sunday. Maybe it's Saturday. Yeah, right. He's talking about things that aren't in the law, are doubtful disputations. Like, I don't know, which day we should fast on, which day to fast is best. Oh, I don't know. I'm Paul. I changed the Sabbath to the Lord's Day, but don't make any day special. But it's the Lord's Day, and you have to keep it, and it's the new Sabbath. People even think about what they're saying.